Hey guys, it's me, BS Anime, and I'm just going to do a quick video here, and I just want to talk about the poll which we can vote for the subunit names for Perfect Dream Project. So as we know, I covered just the whole evolution of how I said there would be subunits, and then eventually we will vote on the subunits, then we offer name ideas, and then we would then pick names from a bunch of options. Well, now the options have been released for the 2, 3, and 4 groups, so you know, the duo, trio, and quartet. So now if you go online, there's a link in the description, and you can see there is the link as this picture as well, where you can go ahead and vote for who you want and see if you could influence the decision on which name they would get. So this was true for previous subgroups, so of course it's not going to be any different now. Now this is going to end on the 10th of this month, so you only have a few days to get to it. So go ahead and vote for the one you like the most. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about a little bit about each name and give my brief opinions about it. I understand it's just my opinion, so of course you don't have to vote for what I say. But without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the options that were given for the duo group. So just as a general rule, for a name of a group, I generally like the name to be specific to that group. So it could be drawing from their names or their personalities, something that can only be given to that group. For example, BB has a very mature kind of style and name to it, because it's a play off the word baby, and that generally is involved with that kind of group. And then something like Sidon, which took letters from people's names, that was also a good idea, and that was specific to that group. That's why I kind of like those names. Now, when we look at some of these options, some of them just, I don't know, I have major disagreements, and I would really not like to see them be a name, but it's not up to me, it's up to everybody. Beyond that, I generally just don't want a name that's too long, too hard to say, and hopefully just not in Japanese characters, because then sometimes I can't read it, and that sucks for basically anyone who's not Japanese, so please don't do that. So beyond that, let's go look at these names. So more or less, when I looked at all of these names, I more or less like Sol Luna the most. So if you don't know, Sol and Luna are, I want to say Spanish, I'm sorry if it's not, but it means sun and moon. So I would mean the sun. As you can see, she's also, very yellow, especially her hair is blonde and whatnot, and she's very bright. When we look at Kanen, she could be very mature, and her color is dark blue, so she very much is like the moon, so they could be very contrasting. And when I already look at the name Soluna, I think the O could be just the sun, and the L could be like a crescent moon. So I already think about logo ideas. So then we could have the sun and the moon in the name, and personally I just like the name, and it does fit, and this is something that is really a part of the dynamic duo they have, that they kind of have little contrasting personality styles, but that's kind of what the name shows. So that's why I like that name the best. Looking at the trios, we have a bunch of options as well. So a lot of the ideas are stemming with the word you, because we can take Y, O, and U from each one of their names. So Y from Yuki, O from Osaka, and U from Uhara. So if you take their last names, you could get U, which is fine. I'm not really a fan of any of those names though, personally, but I don't know, maybe some of you are. The one I would like the most though is Azuna. I think it's a more fun and creative and better looking name. It just feels better to me, and it's just a combination of partner names, and it has just a little bit more than just taking the first letter of their last names. I don't know, and Asuna just sounds better to me. So personally, I just like Asuna. Things that I really don't like is something like Dream Girls, because, well, aren't all of them dreaming to be idols? Like, not just in this group, but all the other people in the other groups. Like, doesn't everybody want to be an idol? Just saying that, oh, they should be named Dream Girls is because they want to be idols. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true, and maybe that's slightly more true for these specific people in here. Is that not true for other ones? So, that's why I don't like it. You don't use some generic name that doesn't really keen into their personalities or their styles or their names. It just doesn't feel unique to them, and that's why I would rather not have that there, because it just feels unfitting or lackluster. So lastly, let's look at the quartets. So a lot of these quartet names try to deal with their cutesy style. So I understand that they're trying to go for the cutesy style because these girls tend to be more on the cutesy side, kind of maybe, but aren't all the idols technically cute? I don't know about Kaden, and I know some people have their disagreements on who is better or who's more cute, but that's why I have some disagreements, because I don't know, I do not find them all cute. So again, I have some slight disagreements here. And so I know I understand that they have the names spelled out in characters we recognize, but a lot of these names are also in Japanese, like Minatama and Ufupika and Moru Yuri Yuri. Yeah, that's definitely a mouthful to say. So I don't know if I want to use those per se, even though they kind of seem somewhat acceptable. So I don't know. Quartz, like, I understand the 4 is in there, but they say that they want to use quartz is because they are glamorous like gemstones. Aren't all idols like that? Like, is Setsuna not glamorous? Is Ayumi not glamorous? Is I not glamorous? And that's my problem with it. I understand there's a 4 in there, but you could have done like Sapphire or something like that. You know, just things I'm thinking off the top of my head. So that's what really bugs me. Though I don't really know what name I would actually pick out of all of these, since I'm all about it and nothing really grabs my attention. Like Pompon's okay, but I don't know. So I don't know. I end up picking Quartz because, you know, I don't really have a good opinion about either of them. I don't really seem to be leaning one way or the other. So I just picked Quartz. I don't know. You guys can go decide that. I don't know. So that's more or less my opinions, but I don't know. You guys don't have to care about my opinions. I'm just here to tell you, go ahead and vote, and these are just the names, and this is their explanations. So with that out of the way, hopefully we'll get the names pretty soon, and once they do release them, I'll do my best to make a video about it. So if you go to the link in the description, as I told you, you can go and select your names for the duo, then trio, and then quartet, then enter in your gender here. Then beneath that, your age, and what some district in Japan, if you don't live in Japan, make it up, and then go ahead and type 120 character limit on why you feel you want these names to be selected. Go ahead and submit it, and then you're good. So if you wanted to go and vote, that's how you go ahead and do it. Beyond that, I did want to talk about the Jump Up High project that just came out. So there's just a preview of that song, and that song will have just the regular version, the off vocal version, and it will have the subunit versions for Aqours. So go ahead and look forward to that. That will come towards the end of this month. So here's a little preview of the song, and go ahead and listen to it and let me know what you guys think. But beyond that, I'll catch you guys later.